But let me make use of this occasion to say a part of our performance is being compromised by disbursement of funds from the national government. So we've been discussing about it in the executive committee. As we speak, we haven't had disbursements from the national government from September, October, December. But if we hear the conversation at national level, it is as if we are getting timely disbursements. And one of the criteria is absorption of allocated funds. And now often it is assumed that we are getting these disbursements on time. So we are bound not to perform very well in terms of absorption, not because of your mistake, but on the basis that these disbursements from Treasury come late and completely out of time. So I want again to talk loudly to the national government and particularly the Treasury. And we have 2 days to go for the Council of Governors meeting on Friday and for the summit on Monday. Unless the national government can comply with the constitutional requirement of disbursement of funds in a timely manner to counties. And looking at these parameters, some of them were very difficult to achieve. And the one which is most prominent is absorption of allocated funds. There is even the question of pending bills ratio. If the money doesn't come, you can't pay pending bills. But I think comparatively, and I would say loudly, those who like, ranking counties, I wish they could take in consideration that Siaya willy-nilly pays our salaries within the subsequent month. If it's salary for, let's say, November, it is either paid in November or at some other date in December. Despite these late disbursements, right? For example, we have not had disbursements for September, October, and November. But we paid salaries up to date up to end of November. And our aim is to pay even the December salaries before Christmas. Because if you're working with people who are not taking anything home, their spirits may not be as high as you want. The other area that we are trying to do as much as we can is payment of pending bills. If you look at the ratio of pending bills with the disbursements we're getting, I think we're doing some polls. If you are done on that one subject, you'll find, and I'm advised by the county executive member of finance on a weekly basis, where we stand with collection of revenue and payment of pending bills. And I think for one, Bernier insists that if he doesn't see anything about payment of pending bills, he is not going to look at you with favorably as it is. We have also devolved functions to the municipalities and also given them, the right to incur expenditure. When you devolve functions, funds should follow functions. So I'm hoping in this whole arrangement, Ben, that the resources to the municipality should go to the municipalities. Let them spend it. If they mess up, we can make a little noise when there is need to make that noise. But we should not have these expectations if expenditure is still regulated by the county executive. I think creating those municipalities will be in vain. And talk about municipalities, it looks like we have some funding for at least doing some tarmac in Ogunja, in Siaya, and I think Yala, and I think Bondo is also coming through partnership funds to make these municipalities attractive for investment. I am sure that from next week, and I was trying to get my party leader to at least launch some of those works in the municipalities to make them attractive to investment. And the municipality, I was impressed when I was talking to somebody who has concerns about how we operate in these municipalities. Elkanah told me you had very good discussions. And that is taking the weight away from Morris, because Morris is doing a lot of talking for municipalities with little assistance. So maybe through those interventions, Ogunja may be able to pull through something that probably we are not doing as a county government. So I want municipalities to operate as they should, and the World Bank is insisting, and the other partners are insisting that certain things be done, so they can deal with you directly instead of coming to the county executive. So I'll urge you to take that into consideration. There's another matter that I really want to deal with, and it concerns the CEOs in terms of project implementation. In the course of the day today and on other occasions, the work seemed to be certified without proper evaluation of what has been done in terms of materials supplied, in bill of quantities. So I'd urge us all, and particularly the CEOs, not to pay until you are certified that the work is being done properly. You certify, that the work has been done. You've heard about buildings coming down, and that is because probably the steel works were from material that was rusting or not quality material. So how we finish this work we are doing is very critical. And my famous example, I don't know who approves occupation of new buildings, occupation licenses, or using premises that are not fully developed. In Siaya, I'm seeing something coming up. I don't see it in Ogunja, I don't see it in Bondo. But there's a street here, if you go, and these are, any building for commercial purposes must be built to certain standards. But if you look at a lot of buildings that are coming up in Siaya, some of them are built not on the basis that we should have proper safe um, and attractive buildings. They are built obviously to save material. So if you go there, you try to enter the premises, it's just 2 inches above your head. You know, there's another floor on top. I don't know what approves that type of building that is used by the public, members of the public. I think having walls at 6 inches or 7 or below 7 inches, 7 feet, is because somebody wants to save material. But if you look at the use of that building, if it's a building for public use, such a building should not be constructed right in the middle of an urban center. So some of these things are about performance. Let's look at when we give these approvals or occupation licenses, we look at what type of city are we building. There's some joke we used to make, and this is a lot of respect to my brothers from PC, that when you're flying, it looks like the architect, the roof is the same guy, because they're all the same, and they're built that way for a purpose. And in Siaya town, municipality particularly, I'm about to get the view that for purpose of construction, all developers are going to the same architect, because I don't think it's by coincidence that these buildings are 7 feet or 8 feet. And that's something we should take quite seriously. We want here to become attractive to investment. And on that note, it would appear we may have to be doing groundbreaking for the modern market for Siaya in another 2 weeks or so, hopefully, or early January. That's quite apart from the tarmac roads I was talking about. And we're pushing for a similar facility in Mugunja. I know that one we are more or less concluded discussion. The new one is Bonda, because Bonda is almost a 24-hour economy. I think probably it's a completely new market. And then Bonda should think about revival of the bus park. It should become operational as quickly as possible. So thank you again, Mr. Mino, for work well done. Agunda, you've been at it, and we're seeing the results of it today. And in another 2 months, we're going to look at what you signed and whether implementation is in accordance with what you have signed here. And let us not make it a ritual. Let's make it as part of our work ethic. And Siaya will succeed.